of the ball and moving down for the Huskies. Out at the top of the circle on the right side now. Holding it out there, Thurston. Gets it inside, and he can't get a shot off. It passes back. Poole pumps it up, and it is no good. The rebound's Olsen. Olsen clears it off. He gets it off to Henderson. Henderson comes down court. Henderson backs over on the right sideline. Henderson passes inside. Cartwright back to the bucket out to Neal. Neal drives down the paint, shovels it up and off. No good to the right side. And cleared off. Coming down court in there, Rudolph. All the way down on the baseline. Goes out to Poole in the left corner. Poole drives the baseline and dumps it off, and a layup in the right lane. No good. Attempted layup again is knocked out of his hand and out of bounds. Fine defensive play in there as Carlson, a last-minute starter, was the man that had the shot blocked.
That's right. Trent Neal came in, and Carlson brought the ball down to his hip. Trent split it away.
Rudolph pumps it up. No good. And the rebound is cleared down. And coming down on the rebound, and there's Olsen. Olsen takes it down to the left corner. Back out front to Cartwright. No score in the ball game. 19 minutes remaining in the first half. Henderson shot in the free throw line is up and in. And dropped through the bench. 18:50 time remaining in the first half. UNO out in front of St. Cloud. 2-zip. Back over on the left sideline. In the left wing. Poole got excited and threw it out of bounds. Poole throws it out of bounds, and now it'll be brought in by Olsen. Full court pressure by St. Cloud Huskies. Olsen gets it up to Bondi. Bondi takes a couple of dribbles. What am I doing with this? Gives it back over to Olsen. Olsen, he didn't want any part of bringing that ball down. Olsen takes it down on the left wing, inside to Bondi, drives, lays it up, good. Bondi gets his first two.
What a power move. Swen took his time, didn't panic and hurry his shot, and he was in there for the easy bank.
Taking the ball out front is Thurston. Thurston now looks for some help down the right sideline on the right wing. Gets it off to Kramer. Back on there underneath the layup in the right lane is up and in for two. As hit in there by Poole. Poole picks up. Thurston corrects it. Thurston hits the bucket. Thurston and Poole a little bit in facial. Also, their structure is almost the same. Down the right wing over there is Neal. Neal gets it off to Henderson. 4-2, UNO. In the lane, jump shot by... Driving down, lands the left lane, is up, no good, a foul is called. Driving from the left sideline, down towards the left baseline was Kramer. Kramer is fouled. Kramer will be on the free throw line for two, as he didn't get all the way in, and the foul is called on Olsen. First foul on Olsen, first team foul on either ball club, and on the free throw line, stepping up will be Kramer. Kramer looking for his first point in the ball game. And he eyes that bucket. It's on the way. He got it. Kramer hits the free throw. So we have now is looking down in here. Kramer, well, we can't seem to find him right now. He's a 58% free throw shooter. Next one is up. Got it again. Kramer hits both free throws. His first 2 points in the game. 6-4, UNO. Neal in the back court. Neal comes down court. And it's a 1-2-2 zone set up by St. Cloud. Coming down on the left wing with the dribble is Neal. Neal cross court over to Henderson. Right corner, Olsen. Alley-oop pass under to Cartwright. Hook up from behind, no good. Rebound is cleared off. Coming down with it is Kramer. Driving down. Pass over in the right baseline. Shot by Poole's good. Poole on the right baseline. Hits for two. Gets his first two in the game, and the game is tied up at 6-6. 17:05, time remaining here in the first half. Neal across the timeline. St. Cloud and the University of Nebraska in Omaha. Olsen drives. Lays it up and in. Baseline with sheer power. Laid it in for two.
He worked off a high pick from Phil Cartwright. His man got picked. He was wide open from the baseline corner to the hoop.
Way out front, Thurston with the ball. Down the left sideline on the far side. Over to Rudolph. On pass back out front. Over to Kramer. There's the pass in the corner by Poole. Into Thurston. Passes back out. It's knocked over and out of bounds. Touch last by UNO. It'll be brought in by the Huskies of St. Cloud State.
Well, the Mavericks are playing excellent defense. Twice now they've gotten help to seal off from the weak side. Stop the easy layup.
Poole gets it inside now to Rudolph. Back out to Poole on the left wing. Poole on the free throw line in the paint. Underneath Rudolph. Pumps it up, no good. And it's partially Olsen. Over to Henderson, to Neal. Baseline shot. 10 to 6. And Uno out in front. Pass way out front, Rudolph. Poole, three-point attempt. No good, air ball. Coming down, partially blocked by Henderson. Coming down now, driving down is Olsen. Olsen gets it out front to Cartwright. To Neal, shots up, good. Three-pointer from out front. It's 13 to 6, just like that.
Showing great patience, and it doesn't necessarily mean holding the ball for a long time.
It's get Barium now as coming in the backcourt. Rudolph throws it out of bounds. And it was tough blast in there by UNO. Henderson touched it. Henderson saying, hey, fellas, I did. He's being honest, right? So they come back down court. The fans didn't like the call, but he did bat it out of bounds.
Touched by me. Yep.
Coming up with the ball, Thurston on the pass in now for Rudolph. Coming down court in there, Thurston. Out at the top of the circle, bounce pass over to Rudolph. Top of the circle, the left side. Back over, shot off the right side of the key. An air ball shot. Tempted layup is up and in. And hit in there on the layup by Kramer. Kramer lays it in for two. And now it is a 13-8 ball game. Taking the ball, Henderson down in the right corner to Bondi. Out to Henderson. A zone defense setup. Back over to Olsen. Alley-oop pass, Henderson. Over his head and out of bounds. Just a little bit too high.
Yeah, that's the play was there. They left a big hole on the weak side.
Pass to Kramer at midcourt. Kramer down the left baseline. Cartwright tucks him off. And coming back out on the pass out front to Thurston. Thurston sets it up deep at the top of the circle. The left side over to the right side of the pass to Poole. Poole inside. Kramer shot left key. Blocked by Neal. Deflected by Olsen. Back to Neal. Neal down in the right forecourt to Olsen. Down the feet. Goes all the way down. They face off Olsen's hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, what happened was Trent drew some attention, and I think his man thought he was going to shoot, but he passed it back to Olsen coming down the lane, and he couldn't hang on to it.
Taking the ball way out front now. Carlson over to Rudolph. Pumps it up. In and out. And back in. Rudolph gets his first two in the game out on the left wing. 13 to 10 now. UNO out in front by 3. 14:25 remaining in the first half at the UNO Fieldhouse here in Omaha, Nebraska. Henderson on the right wing in the right corner to Bondi. A 2-3 zone set up in there by St. Cloud. Tapped out of the left wing. Olsen inside Cartwright. Cartwright got it from Henderson. Back out to Olsen. Over in the left key. Shot by Bondi. No good. Olsen rebound. Taken away by Thurston. All the way to Poole. Poole takes it and lays it up and in. Poole gets his fourth point of the ball game. 13 to 12. UNO by 1. Coming down court with the ball slowly is Trent Neal. Getting ready to come in the ball game over there is Springer. Pass in the right lane. Cartwright underneath the Bondi. Back in the right corner. Olsen. Batted by Thurston on a steal. Over to Poole. Back to Thurston. Lays it up and in. Thurston lays it up and in for two more. Is 6 points. And it is now 14 to 13. UNO is trailing.
Huskies have made an 8-0 run at this point.
And there's 13:23 remaining here in the first half. Olsen in the right wing on the left baseline to Henderson in the paint. Jump shots up and in.
Yeah, it was.
Pumped it up in the right hand and hit by Henderson.
That shows great body control when you're not fully squared up to the hoop, but you can put the shot down, and it looks good going down. He didn't need any special roll. It was right up off the glass.
Taking the ball in the right corner now. Over there is Carlson rather. Back out to Rudolph. Thurston shot on the right key is up, no good. Rebound tapped out front to Bondi.
Whoa.
Bondi drives down the left sideline. Bondi back out front now to the top of the circle to Cartwright. There's Neal, three-pointer. He hit one deep on the right wing. A three-point shot, 18-14, UNO. Bounce pass, knocked out of bounds in there. And going under the bench, deflected the ball out of bounds, was Olsen on the far side, underneath the Maverick bench. Now, Troy Dean comes in the game. He replaces Olsen. 18-14, just like that. UNO is back out in front. Palomore also comes in the ball game. Palomore comes in, and there we have down in the far corner, driving. As he steps out of bounds, Poole thought he was pushed out. He was looking for that call, Torrey.
They don't have it. That's right. You're either out of bounds or foul. They don't have the force out. That's what he was looking for.
12 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the first half. 18-14, UNO with the ball, driving his deal underneath.
Left him alone.
Bounce pass out front, goes to Dean. He shovels it back to Palomore. Shot in the right key. No good. Rebound comes down with the ball in the backcourt is Poole. Poole now drives up towards midcourt. Hooks the pass over to Thurston. Thurston dribbles on the right wing. Way across over to Poole. Back over to Thurston. Thurston being pressed by Palomore. Man-to-man by the Mavericks. Inside. Shots up good on the right baseline. As Beaudet played against the Mavericks, and that's when he became eligible. He's a transfer from a Division I school, and that being Wyoming. Pass inside. 3 of them came from Wyoming. Back out front there with the ball, driving down the paint. Neal shovels it up, no good. And a whistle and a foul is called, and I believe it's going to be on Thurston. As Thurston picks up the foul, that's correct. Thurston's first foul, first team foul in the ball game. But they have players as Kluge, along with Remy, and also by Beaudet, all from Wyoming.
It'll be interesting to see how schools use that rule as time goes on, because it'll make a difference. I really believe it could make a major difference in some programs.
18-16 to score as Neal missed the first free throw. The second one is up. Good. But it took a little extra prayer to bring it down through the base. Coming down court, driving all the way down Thurston. Bounce pass over. Layup down the left baseline is missed. Tipped by Thurston underneath. Passed by Neal. He was out of bounds. Got away with it. He lost the ball, and a layup coming up is Thurston. Thurston gets his 8th point in the ball game.
Well, things worked out even, you're right, because Trent had his hand on the ball, and he was clearly out of bounds. They didn't call it.
19-18, UNO by 1. Bounce pass down in the left corner to Henderson. Shovels the pass back out from Palomore over to Neal. Lob pass baseline to Dean. Fade away up the right lane. No good. Followed by Cartwright is up. And good. Cartwright, like you said, on a soft touch up there. Gives him 6 points. Taking the ball down court in here. Beaudet. Pass. Beaudet shot in the right baseline. No good. Tip underneath. No good. And a follow is good. And I believe that follow in there. Which one did they give it to, Torrey? Harvey.
I think Harvey was there to put it down.
Right. Harvey will give him the 2 points. We'll find out at halftime. 21-20, UNO out in front by 1. Henderson out to Dean. Down the lane to Jennifer Cartwright. Over his head. And it's cleared by Thurston. Thurston coming down court. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Pass on the right sideline. With the ball is Harvey. Harvey, generally a starter, but didn't start tonight. Back on the right wing. Throws it out of bounds. Rudolph put his hand down. He thought it was going to somebody on the sideline on the east wing, and he just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, that was an easy pass right to him, and there was nobody around him or behind him.
So Palomore gets ready, brings it into Neal. Neal now being pressed in the backcourt in there by Kluge. Coming up court, Neal. Kluge right on him, man for man. As the Huskies are into a man-to-man, Henderson drives the baseline, lays it up. Good. Pure power. Gary Henderson was down that right baseline. Trying to twisted his backpack, cocked it behind the right ear, and laid it in. 23-20 as UNO ahead by 3. Lob pass, baseline, as Beaudet. And close to being out of bounds. Shots up, no good off the back of the iron by Rudolph. Cleared by Neal. Neal dribbling around. Hooks it down to Palomore. Palomore, 10-footer. Good.
Open. They had a 3-on-1 break, and everybody was there.
Back out front now, 25-20. UNO, loose ball to 4, picked up. And with the ball, passing over Beaudet. He gets it off, shot by Rudolph, left corner's good. Just inside the 2-point range. 3-point range, we should say. It's a 2-pointer. 25-22, UNO. 8 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the first half. Henderson at the top of the circle. Hands it back out front to Neal. Big chance here as the Mavericks have got to get a big win here tonight and tomorrow night to stay in contention for the pennant. Back out, bounce pass to the left corner to Neal. Neal out to Henderson. Shot, three-pointer. No good. Off the back of the iron. Cartwright, about a 7-footer on the right side.
I said this on the weekly TV show, but boy, Cartwright is just really dominated.
Right wing by Harvey, and it is blocked. It is blocked by Dean and knocked out of bounds.
No sooner do I start to sing the praises of Phil Cartwright, I guess Troy must have heard me because he got in the act and he got a major block.
So the pass goes back out front, and the pass in the lane, fading around over there, and there is Kesty, who just came in the ball game. So the pass on the left wing, Kesty with the ball now. Takes it, looks out front, passes out, way out front, in there to Harvey. Back pass in the lane. Right wing, driving in there on the baseline. He's choked off. Lost the ball's out front. Shot clock 17. Shots up. No good. Rebound comes down. And a foul called on Henderson underneath on the rebound. Well, that was a tough call in there, Torrey.
Yeah, I thought they were going to whistle on Troy Dean because he's the one that came down on top of St. Cloud player, but Terry will get it. Leo, that's only the third foul total called this half.
So Henderson picks up his first foul of the ball game. 2 fouls against the Mavs, and like Torrey said, the third one is against the Huskies. Back out front now, looking for some help as he's in trouble. And there is Kesty. Back over on the left wing, over on the far side to Harvey. Pass in the right baseline, layup is up, no good. Rebound, bounced around. Palomar picks it up. And Harvey had his hand on it. Neal tries the baseline. Fade away in the left baseline, no good. Palomar lays it up. Good. Palomar gets his 4 points.
You'll say they're playing aggressively on the offensive boards. That gives you more than one chance.
Coming down court now with the ball. Underneath in there, Palomar got the rebound. Palomar takes it across the timeline. Palomar all the way down, lays it up. Point lead in there is looking up awful big right now. Coming down court with the ball, taking it out. Pull back over to Thurston. They got their horses back in there now. And taking to Harvey, look for some help. There's a shot up and in. Hit right down the middle in there by Kesty. As Kesty hits his first two points in the ball game. 31-24. UNO out in front. 6:25 to go. Mott's in the ball game for UNO. So's Olsen back in. Bondi, Dean, Mott on the right wing, inside. Bondi on the right baseline. Bondi looks for some help, goes out to Dean. Dean back out to Palomar. Palomar deep to top the circle, back over to Dean in the right key, hands off to Palomar. Palomar back over the left wing. Olsen drives the baseline, and he laid it up and in, but no basket. He was fouled before he got in there, and the foul being called as he drove the baseline on Springer.
Yeah, you know, they've left that baseline open several times, and Danny Olsen, he'll take it. You give him half a step, and he's strong enough to go to the hoop and make it.
East ball club with only 2 fouls. It's unbelievable. Mott on the right wing, pass on the baseline, in the right corner to Dean, back to Palomar, lost the ball, taken away by Poole. Poole gallops, moves down the paint, passes off, Thurston drives the baseline, shovel shot, no good. Follow underneath is up, no good. A follow, no good. And coming off with the ball in there, and driving down is Mott. Mott in the lane, hands off to Dean, he lays it up, good. Bucket count. Oh, yes, basket count, and a foul on Dean.
And of course, Colin Capitan, who called that foul, is going to wreak the wrath of Maverick fans. It's kind of like a good-natured type kidding because Capitan has that South Dakota reputation.
Coming down court now with the ball is Thurston underneath on the drive. Dean gets his second foul. This time, Dean was not joking with Capitan.
No, because he's lucky he didn't get a technical. He slammed the ball down on the floor, but he held on to it.
pass. Jump shot is up. Partially blocked by Dean. To Mott, to Dean. Down to Palomore. Bounce pass. A bad one. Intercepted. Coming is Poole. Poole at the free throw lane. Down the paint. Passes off. Charge. Called on Poole. An offensive charge called on Poole. That's the first foul. And it's the 15th foul on St. Cloud Husky.
Well, you got to give Thad Mott credit for taking that one because Poole is no little guy. Stands 6 feet tall and weighs 174 pounds. And he's a bulky-looking 174.
Poole, that's their 13th foul. I'm sorry, 14. 4 fouls on the Mavericks. And it is driving with the ball on the baseline as Bondi pumps it up. No good. Followed by Olsen. Is up and in. Off the rim on the left side, and he is fouled. And the foul being called underneath in there, and I believe, as they are calling it, who did they call it?
Carlson, Mark Carlson.
Carlson, that's right. Carlson picks up the foul, his 4th foul, and Olsen will be on the free throw line. Olsen with 1 field goal. This year, Dan has had a little bit of trouble in that free throw line.
After he hit 19 in a row, yeah, he has. He hasn't been as consistent.
Missed this one.
Well, he's 9th in the conference right now in free throw percentage.
78% free throw shooter. 2 points for Olsen. He's looking for his 3rd point in the ball game. Free throws up. He got it. Olsen gets his 3rd point in the game. Full court pressure by UNO. They lead 34-24. Interception by the Mott. Driving Mott on the left wing. Hits the bucket, makes it 36-24 UNO, and there's 4:35 remaining in the first half. Taking the ball down, out front now, taking it out to top the circle of Thurston. Thurston in turn, looks inside, passes in, a turnaround fake, a layup is up and in, bucket counts, and a foul is called. So the layup is up and in for 2 by Kesty, as Kesty hits the bucket, and he is on the line for 1. And Troy Dean picks up his 3rd foul.
Well, we won't see him for the rest of this half, that's for sure, unless something happens and they need to get him in.
Here's a halftime score. University of North Dakota leading Morningside at the half, 46-35. Free throws up and in. As hit in there on the free throw as we missed who was on
Kesty. It was
Kesty on the line. He's made the bucket. And coming down court with the ball is Bondi. 36-27, UNO out in front. Mott with the ball deep at midcourt, right out towards the jump circle. Dribbles over on top the circle left side. Olsen on the left wing. Way across over to Palomore. Back into Cartwright. Shots up, no good. Partially deflected. Thurston gets the rebound. Thurston comes down now, slowly down court. UNO drops back to a man-to-man. In turn, taking the ball is Kesty. Kesty back out to Thurston. Thurston, in turn, looking for some help. Gets it over to Poole. Poole holds it up over the head. Intercepted by Palomore. Here he goes. He lays it up. No good. And he is fouled by Poole. Poole had no choice, and he tried to protect the ball on his right hip. But fouling him and reaching around, in there was Poole, and he still got the shot off.
That's right. I'll tell you, the last couple of weeks, Thor Palomore has really come on strongly. And not only that, I mean, he's just playing aggressive basketball. He's forcing the action. He's having an impact on immediate play. And I'll tell you, that's one thing a coach likes to see, a kid come in and not off the bench and just make things, sparks fly and all sorts of things.
Palomore now hits the free throw. He'll be shooting the second one. Has a total of 7 points. 37-27. The widest gap that the Mavericks have had is a 12-point lead. 37-27 Mavericks. Free throws up. Missed. Tipped. No good by Olsen. Comes down off. In there by to Rudolph. Rudolph, Thurston. Thurston dribbles all the way down court. Top the circle. Thurston passes out on the right wing. Gives it off to Harvey. Back out to Rudolph. Back on the left wing over to Thurston. Fakes a shot. Gets it in turn. Out there to Harvey. Back over on the left wing. Thurston gets it out front. Jump shots on the way. In and out. No good. As the attempt made by Kramer. Coming down court with the ball. Mott on the right wing. Mott drives to the right corner, back out to Palomore. In the paint, bounce pass, Cartwright lost the ball, picked off by Thurston. Thurston throws the pass down court, and turning around Kramer, flips it over to Thurston on the right wing. Three-point attempt, good. Ooh. Thurston's having a fine night, 11 points. 37-30, a 7-point lead from 12 to 7, just like that. Mott has it taken away by Thurston. Thurston all the way, lays it up, no good, and a foul called on Mott. And Mott heads right towards the bench. He knew he was coming up.
Well, you got to take care of the ball, and sometimes things happen, and you don't do it on purpose, but you still can't have lack of concentration. Mavericks have built this lead up, as Leo said a few moments ago, as far as 12 points. Now it's down to 7. You don't want to have any lapses, especially at home. You got to win at home in any conference that you're in. Home games are important, and the Mavericks just need to get some consistency.
Listen to some of these women's scores. Hang on to your seat. Northern Colorado 92, Mankato 57. Holy cow! Listen to this one. Free throw is good by Thurston. He's got another one coming. North Dakota U women 91, Morningside 61.
That one doesn't surprise me. We've seen the NDU women.
Yeah, but listen to this one. North Dakota State 94. South Dakota women 64. Would you say there was 3 mismatches?
Well, I'd have to say that the winning team scoring the 90s in the conference.
Underneath the layup in there by Cartwright, no good. He is fouled. And the foul being called as he whammed him up there, Beaudet. Beaudet gets his first foul in the ball game. Both teams now, 6 fouls, both being the 1-on-1 from here on.
Tell you what, in the last 5 minutes, we've had more fouls called than we did in the first 15 minutes.
Right.
It's coming in bunches.
2:34, and Cartwright on the line for 2. He's got 8 points. Free throw up, got it. 38-32, UNO out in front. And there's 2:34 remaining here in the first half. Second free throw's on the way. Got it. Cartwright gets his 10th point in the ball game. 39-32. Interception, taking the ball now. Henderson shots up. No good. Tip up, Palomore. Shot the left baseline. Good. About a 7-foot. Palomore gets his 9th point in the game. And there's a pass down court. Driving Thurston. Bounce pass underneath. Handoff. Layup in the right lane. No good. A layup underneath. No good. And a whistle and a foul is called on Bondi. I'll tell you, big old number, and we hate to get numbers on the air, but Beaudet, he was so far under he didn't realize it. 2 shots hit the bottom of the rim.
And they had a 4-on-1 advantage, and they couldn't get the ball down.
He was underneath the bucket. He went up, hit the bottom of the basket. Then he went up again and hit the bottom of the rim. I mean, underneath.
You need floor awareness. You need to know where you are at all times. You go play underneath.
Bondi gets his first foul, and the free throw is good by Beaudet. Beaudet with 3 points now. One of the players, Division I. All 3 of these players were eligible tonight.
That's right. That's right.
Free throws up, good. Beaudet played against UNO and never played again until last Saturday. Isn't that something? And he said to the coach, hey, why did I transfer? So what he meant, he's been a starter 2 occasions. Bounce pass underneath. And with the ball fade away by Cartwright, no good. As Beaudet comes down with it, and he is fouled by Ward, who just came in the ball game. So it'll be the 1-1.
Well, they're going to give it to Terry Henderson, Leo.
Oh, I'm sorry. Henderson gets the foul. Oh, Ward laid up his hand. I thought he probably thought he had a guilty conscience, I guess.
Well, yeah, Reggie's been called for a few fouls in his short UNO career, but
see, they called him over again. They called him over. Now they're looking up at the clock to make sure it's on Henderson. Now they're telling him there, Capitan said something to the other official. And we're ready to go. 1:55 remaining in the first half. And on the line, shooting the 1-on-1, he missed. Cartwright got the rebound. Coming down court with the ball is Palomore. Palomore takes it back out front. Over to Neal. Neal, Cartwright, out to Henderson. Back over now as a 2-3 zone set up by the Huskies. Palomore back out front to Neal. Neal dribbling around. Pass, lobs a pass on the left wing. Henderson way across court to Palomore. Down the paint. Bounce pass. Layup by Henderson. No good. Tapped around. Ward fighting for it. But it's cleared away. And a pass up to Thurston. Thurston comes down, dribbles behind the back. Makes a fine move. But is taken by Cartwright. Over to Palomore to Neal. But a layup. And the ball comes down. Cleared off by Harvey. Holy cow. We missed 2 attempted dunks. And coming down, 1 by Neal, 1 by Palomore. Now, Henderson rather.
Right.
So coming down court with the ball, Kramer making a shot. Out front, Thurston. Rudolph drives, shovels it up. No good. And a foul is called. And I believe this one is on Ward.
Tough situation for the Mavericks. They had the opportunity with a breakaway and even had their trailer man where he should be to get a missed shot on the break, and neither one could get it to go down.
So there's 51 seconds to go in this first half.
A first half that has slowed down considerably since the 7-minute mark.
Free throw by Rudolph's good. Rudolph hits the free throw. Now you'll get the bonus.
I would think Coach Hanson's going to have something to say about the end of the half sloppiness.
Free throw's on the way. It's good again. Rudolph gets his 6-point, 5-point lead by UNO. 50 seconds all the way down to Henderson. Shovels a pass on the top.
Well, we've seen that run so many times where a guy on the sideline thinks to the ball that shoots down court. They hit him in mid-stride, and we've got our big man with all our options open on the other end.
Driving down now, 43-36, UNO out in front. Taking the ball out front. Kramer with the ball. Kramer moves over the left wing. He in turn gets it off. Back over on the right sideline. Kluge. Kluge dribbling around. Passes over. Hands it off to Rudolph. Back to Kluge. Kluge looking for some help. Back to Rudolph. Shot in the left corner is good. A 2-pointer. Rudolph gets his 8 points. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Henderson a 40. Almost a 55-footer, and it's short of the rim. 43-38, UNO.
Well, he hit into the locker room. The Mavericks only up by 5 points. They did have it up to 12 at one time. Mavericks, of course, things got a little ragged there at the end of the first half, but they're able to hang on for the lead. And, of course, it's tough to play catch-up on the road, and that's what St. Cloud's looking at. Going back for fast pitch softball, right, Lee?
Right, that's right. And the world champions just up the road.
There you go.
Coming across, moving his Neal down the left sideline. Mavericks with the ball. Over to Henderson. Henderson out the top of the circle. Pass over to Neal. Top of the circle now to Cartwright. Back over to Neal. Down the right wing, Olsen. Baseline, Bondi. Back to Olsen, drive. Back out to Bondi. Bondi looks out front, goes out to Neal on the right towards midcourt, down on the left wing. Olsen into Cartwright. Cartwright turns. Back over to Neal. Shot in the left corner. Good. A 3-pointer. What a way to start the second half. Neal deep in the left corner hits a 3-point shot. And it is 46-38. Whistle, ball goes out of bounds. And touch last in there by St. Cloud. It'll be brought in by, of course, the Mavericks.
Leo, I don't know if we should say this. I don't want to jinx Trent, but he's perfect on the night for 3-pointers.
3 for 3 on the shot. Taking the ball. Henderson out on the right wing. Drives the baseline. 7-footers up. No good. Arched it off the glass and missed. And Doc is really disgusted with himself.
He's talking to himself and wrinkling his eyebrows. I think he really felt that shot was a good one, and it was going down. I really believe he was surprised he didn't get it.
As he got fouled in there by Poole. Poole gets his 3rd foul. Poole having a bad night. Free throws up good. Henderson hits his 7th point in the game. First free throw in the ball game. Henderson now about ready to pump up the second one. It's on the way. He got it. Henderson hasn't been too good a free throw shooter to the last couple of ball games, and he's really come through. Way down court on the far side, right baseline to Poole. Poole spins around the dribble, goes out to Thurston on a bounce pass. Thurston out the top of the circle now, pass on the near side to Poole. Man-to-man defense, back over across the way. Taking a pass in there, holding it up. As on the far side is Carlson. Shot off the right key is good. and hit in there by Kramer. Kramer hits off the right key, and Kramer picks up his 6th point in the game. Moving down court now with the ball out front is Neal. Neal at midcourt on the left side. Dribbling around, man-to-man defense by the Huskies. Cartwright shovels a bounce pass down to Bondi. Bondi pointed that it should be UNO, and he looks over to Hansen for help. Hansen can't help him. 48-40, UNO out in front by 8. 18:21 time remaining in the ball game. Thurston, full court pressure in there, kind of lackadaisical pressure. Bounce pass on the far side, and stuffing it coming down the right lane on a stuff shot all the way down for 2 is Rudolph. Rudolph picks up in there his first 2 points in the game. I believe that was Rudolph, wasn't it?
Smart Carlson.
Carlson, he got the 2 points, not Rudolph. Boy, they are built almost alike.
Yeah, they are, and they both have 141, 151.
So the ball goes out of bounds and brought in by Rudolph. Rudolph gets it into Thurston. 48-42, UNO in front by 6. Thurston across the timeline, back over to Poole. Poole out on the right wing. Poole passes back out front now to Thurston. Thurston gives it back over to Poole. Top the circle, straight away to the bucket. Bounce pass on the right sideline. Carlson, a layup on the right baseline by Kramer is good for 2. His 8 points, and the lead has been cut to 4. 48-44. Neal down court, stripped of it, gets it back. Neal takes it back on the dribble. Pass down the left sideline to Olsen. Olsen drives the baseline, hook up from behind. No good, and a foul is called. And the foul this time called on Carlson, his 2nd.
Now, see, now, again, they leave that baseline open from the left side for Danny Olsen, and he'll take it. You give him half a step. We mentioned it before. He is quick enough and strong enough and confident enough to go the baseline and go down the lane. So if you slack off him, he's going to try to burn you.
Danny Olsen now with 78% free throw shooter hit. He is 2 out of 3 here tonight. He's shooting the 2nd one. Story over to our left in here, Jess Zimmerman's grandson. He's going to be the next sports announcer.
He looks good with those headphones on, Leo.
There's the free throw that's missed, and off to the right side. Coming down court now with the ball, driving down, and there's Thurston. Thurston holds it up over the head, whips it over to Poole. Poole down the paint, dumps it off. Fake layup by Rudolph. No good, blocked in here by Bondi. Over to Olsen, all the way down to Neal. Neal drives, shovel shot, blocked and knocked out of bounds. Kramer in a great defensive play.
Yeah, it was. Matter of fact, I think it surprised Kramer because as far away from the hoop as Trent was when he left the floor, Kramer probably could have picked it up.
Rudolph's hurt on the far end of the court, and he's telling him, don't send anybody in. But now, Capitan is talking to Raymond.
Well, Butch wanted a foul on that blocked shot because he felt that Rudolph got mugged.
Rudolph is really limping badly. It looks like a sprained ankle, and he is limping really bad and goes out of the game. Capitan, there was no foul called. Now they're counting all the players. Play was stopped because of an injured player.
Right.
And bringing the ball in will be Neal. Neal brings it in for the Mavericks. Neal looks inside, goes to the right corner to Henderson. Back out front now to Olsen. Lob pass deep in the left corner. In there, turnaround is up and good by Cartwright. Cartwright gets his 14-20, just dumps it over the front of the rim. That soft touch, 2 hands over the head shot, just jumps up about 8 feet out in front. As attempted layup by Kramer, and a foul is called on Olsen, and I believe that was before the shot.
Yeah, and I think if Danny could have that play back, you wouldn't have come up from behind. One thing you don't want to get yourself into in defense is in the habit of lunging for the ball.
Thurston, shot by Poole, up, no good. He had an open shot in the right baseline and blew it, then come in, and a foul was called, and let's see who they are going to give it to. I believe it's on Carlson. That's his 3rd. Poole has 3, Carlson has 3, and coming out of the ball game is Carlson, and coming back in there is Bodette. Bringing the ball in, it'll be Olsen. He lobs the pass all the way down court to Henderson. Drives all the way down on the left wing. Out there to Neal. Over to Olsen. Back out to Neal. Jump shot, 3-point attempt. No good. Tipped up in the rim by Cartwright. Pumps it back up. No good. Followed by Henderson is up and in. Johnson, a foul is called.
Great offensive hustle. Great stick-to-itiveness. Help from the weak side on offense, and they not only at the hoop, but they draw the foul as well.
So a basket is counts by Henderson. Henderson on the line. He has 10 points. And the foul, of course, being called. And this time called in here on Thurston. That's his second. Thurston gets his second. Whoop, they got him.
Well, they changed. Henderson got the free throw, though, Leo.
Yeah, Henderson hits the free throw, and that's the main thing that counts. As coming down court with the ball, they changed up on the foul. And being called on Kesty. Shot in the right baseline is up, no good. Cleared off. And coming down court with the ball. And driving all the way down. Thurston did not get that last foul. It was on Kesty. Driving is Olsen. Passes off, and a block is called on the baseline, and this time on Bodette. Olsen will be on, I don't know whether it was not a shot. He was fouled on the baseline. So the foul being picked up by Kesty. This time it's his second. Well, we're going to back up on that. Bodette, we had it right the first time. They're flashing him up on that scoreboard.
Yeah, they keep changing it. It's
back confusing. Back out front, Henderson with the ball. Back over to Olsen. Down the paint. Back in the right corner to Neal. Drives, jump shots up. Triggered it off. And the rebound is cleared by Olsen. Way out to Henderson. Great save. Olsen inside Cartwright. Shot in the baseline. No good. A foul. Who was that on?
I think they're going to give it to Trent. We'll have to wait and see what the official score is. I think Trent tipped that in.
So Neal will put it down as Trent Neal. They haven't announced it as yet. Shot in the left corner is up, in and out, no good. And cleared off underneath in there by Cartwright. All the way to Neal, 3-on-2. Neal skips, hands off Bondi. Lays it up, no good. Rebound comes down and cleared off by Neal. And a foul on Neal. Neal quickly hooked it behind his head, hoping that he'd get the ball out of his hand and say, I don't have the ball. Neal gets his first foul in the game.
Well, I'll tell you, it's always, they talk about the home court advantage or how well a team plays at home. You can tell the Mavericks a lot more comfortable tonight than we've seen in the last couple of weeks. They played well enough to win on the road both times last weekend. Completely different ball club tonight, just as far as their overall floor play. Very relaxed, very comfortable. They seem in control.
Thurston with the ball, passes down in there to Bodette. Turnaround, shots up, in and out, no good by Kramer. Bounced around, coming down with the ball, Bodette. Or rather, Bondi. Boy, Bondi took a swipe at that ball, or somebody else, I don't know which.
What happened was Kramer reached in and took the ball away, or attempted to take the ball away from Bondi. And Kramer gets the foul, but they're all swapping at the ball.
Boy, I'll tell you, if he got in front of that punch, he would have went
Well, they both high-fived each other, so they know that, what's going on. It's just aggressiveness in the game.
Pass down the right sideline to Henderson. Henderson has topped the circle. 56-44, Uno out in front. Bondi topped the circle. Straight away over to Neal. Neal dribbles out towards midcourt at the jump circle. Now he dribbles back over to the top of the circle straight away. Bounce pass down the left wing. Over to Palomore, left baseline to Bondi. Bondi dribbles out to the corner. Henderson drives the baseline. Choked off. Out front to Neal. Three-point attempt. No good. Rebound comes down. And underneath Kramer zips it over to Thurston. Thurston all the way down court. Thurston passes off. And a whistle and a foul is called on Trent Neal, his second.
I was wondering if they were going to whistle that. They were slow with the whistle. Trent got his hand, and he got it on the wrist. I'm surprised they didn't blow the whistle quicker, but they did catch Trent for his second.
And they are lining up. Thurston will be bringing it in. Springer comes in the lineup for Kramer. Springer is in for Kramer. So into that lineup, Springer is in. 6'4", 185, and a freshman. A lot of freshmen on this St. Cloud Ball Club. Inside, turning around, trying to Carlson. Over to Thurston. Thurston back to Carlson. He tried to dunk it. Blocked in there by Henderson. Attempted layup. Blocked by Cartwright. Great defense. Cartwright all the way down to Palomore. Lost it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Boy, what excellent defense. 2 block shots.
Well, I'll tell you, it gets tough down there amongst the trees. But it's too bad they get it on the blocks, and then they throw it away on an errant pass down court. And that's what Bob Hansen was just saying to his team. Come on, we're playing great defense, but we're not doing anything because we give the ball away on our own.
Driving down the lane, the shot's up and off, no good. Cleared by Neal on the rebound. An alley-oop pass down to Palomore. Intercepted, a foul call in there on Neal again. Neal picks up his third foul of the game.
Boy, Coach Hansen beside himself. He's really upset. Not only again did they give the ball away on an errant pass, but then they get a foul to boot.
Ball will be brought in on the sideline. Bringing the ball in is Kesty. Kesty gets it in there now to Thurston. 56-44. UNO out in front by 12. 13:35 to go in the game. Back over across the way. Skipping along there and got away with it was Springer. Shot in the right corner by Thurston. No good. Followed by Kramer. Attempted in there. Trying to get it up in there on the rebound with Springer. And a whistle and a foul underneath. And let's see who they're going to elect this one to. As I believe it goes over to...
They're going to give it to Bondi, Lil.
That's his second foul. Bondi gets his second on the free throw line, stepping up.
I can tell you this, if they didn't whistle a foul on that play, I think Butch Raymond would have taken off like a Roman candle. He's been hot the last couple of times down the floor. He figures as the coach, how can they take that many shots inside with that many bodies and not draw a foul?
Free throw is missed. This one will be in play now. Foul in the act of shooting. 5 team fouls on the Mavericks and 6 on the Huskies of St. Cloud State. Free throws up. Good. Boy, we're sure not getting any scores from around the circuit on the men. And we start later than all of them.
Yeah.
Pass down, coming down to Olsen. Olsen drives down, dribble behind the back, whistle, foul called, and it's called on Thurston. Boy, got a break there because Danny lost control of the ball, and he threw it right into the hands of the enemy. So the ball will be brought into the baseline. It'll be the correction. It's on the 1-1. Mott come in for Neal, by the way. Mott in for Neal, Palomore, Bondi, Cartwright, and on the line is Olsen. Olsen will be shooting the 1-1. Olsen's first free throw is up. Got it. Olsen with a total of 5 points. Danny always manages to sneak in there, and he gets right up to 10, 11 points a game.
Yeah, he's one of those players, as we said several times, gets a lot of things done.
Both free throws are good. And out in front now is UNO, 58-45, the widest gap they've had. 13 points, and it's 13-13 remaining in the game. Taking a pass over in the right wing. Down in the baseline, fade away is blocked, but it went in as Palomore tried to block the shot. And Kesty gets his 7th point in the game. Coming down court is Mott. 58-47, UNO by 11. 12:50 to go. Down in the corner goes to Bondi, out front to Olsen. Cross court over to Palomore, way down the left corner. Off to Olsen, back on the right wing. Palomore to shot by Cartwright is good. Off the right key. Cartwright faded up that right key. Gets his 16th point. 60-47, UNO by 13. 12:30 to go in the game. Thurston has it. Springer had it, taken away by Bondi. To Mott, to Bondi. He went up to stuff it, and he got a hold of the rim, and the ball was on the back of the iron, and I believe because he flipped the rim,
That's right. He
made it drop in.
I agree.
He pulled the rim down and made it go in. And now a whistle and a foul is called, and I believe it's called on Palomore. Palomore picks up the foul. So it is now a 62-47 ball game. UNO out in front, 12:07 to go in the game. Both teams will be in the 1-1 from here on. 16 foul against the Mavericks. Way out front with the ball in there, being Harvey. Harvey at the top of the circle on the left side. Over on the right side, he gets it over to Carlson. On the near side, driving. Jump shot is up. Springer hit it. Springer hit one on the left baseline, a left-hand jumper. 62-49. UNO out in front. 11:40 remaining here in the ball game. Mott down the left sideline, down the left wing. Off to Olsen, left baseline. Bondi drives underneath. Shovel up from behind. No good. A tip is good. I believe Cartwright.
They're going to give it to Phil.
Cartwright Cartwright gets his 18th point of the ball game.
Boy, they crashing the boards on the offense.
64-49, UNO out in front. Pass over on the left wing. Springer spins, passes off, turn around now, trying to get a shot off. Kesty gets it back over now, over to the right side. On the right wing, Kesty. Shot by Springer is up and no good. Rebound, Cartwright. Go ahead, Troy.
I was going to say, they haven't found anybody that can match up with Cartwright tonight. Bill's had pretty much what he wants on both ends.
Mott, three-point attempt in the left corner, no good. Rebound goes over and out of bounds and touched last by St. Cloud State. Be brought in by UNO on the left baseline as you look down the lane. Dean comes in for Cartwright. 64-49. UNO out in front. The widest gap they've had in this ball game. 10:50 to go in the game.
Tonight's game is funded in part by Jefferson Financial Services, Nebraska Business Development Center, Central Park Pharmacies, the UNO Maverick Club, and the Omaha Royals Baseball Club.
Dean comes in the ball game for UNO, and Ward also. Ward takes it in the corner, off his hand and out of bounds.
Well, that'll give you gray hair if you're a head coach. You get the ball underneath your own hoop and you throw it out of bounds.
Coming down court, Poole. Rudolph's in the game. Pass back over on the near side. Poole with the ball. Rudolph shot on the left tee is up. No good. Attempted by Beaudet. Blocked, and a whistle and a foul is called. And that is going to be on Ward, I believe. So Ward picks up his second foul. And on the free throw line, stepping up, will be Beaudet. Beaudet has 2 out of 3 at the free throw line here tonight. Beaudet's first free throw is up, and he missed. Beaudet has hit 75% of his free throws. Coming in tonight's action, Beaudet's second free throw about to go up. There it is, and he missed. Cleared off by Ward. Ward gets it off to Mott. Down court, man-to-man defense by the Huskies. Mott has it lost, batted away, whistle, foul called, and it is called on Beaudet. Beaudet picks up the foul, his third. Dean will be on the line on a 1-on-1. Dean, his first time on the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, what happened there was they had Dean in a high post. Beaudet was behind him. The pass came into Dean, and he couldn't quite hang on to it. Beaudet tried to go through Troy to get to the ball.
Sign over to the far side by the fans says Big D on the line.
That's right, the UNO fans in the stands.
Yeah, that's quite a deal. You know, I've noticed them there, but didn't pay that much attention.
Well, they made the trip up to South Dakota State and Augie last weekend, and boy, they made a lot of noise. They had a lot to cheer about at both ball games.
Dean missed the second free throw. Back over to Poole on the right wing. Poole doing a lot of dancing with one leg, but going nowhere. Palomore is waiting for him to go up, and he would have stuffed it down his throat. Bounce pass over, loose ball. Going after it, touched in there and out of bounds. And it goes over. South Dakota and North Dakota State. I didn't get what North Dakota State had.
NDSU beat South Dakota 80-70.
80-70, that's the final.
Yeah, the Bison win that ball game.
Okay, the Bison win 80-70. Well, that's South Dakota now. Dribbles down, further down the list. Coming down, Mott spins on the dribble. Moves down the paint. Bounce pass, bad one. But it goes back out front. Picked up by Olsen. Olsen with the ball out on the right wing. Olsen down towards the right corner. Back out front. Dean back on the left wing over to Mott. Mott looks inside but goes out to Palomore. Lob pass. Dean in the right key. Right baseline to Mott. Inside Ward. Shot in the right baseline, no good. Got it back. Pumps it up. Ward turned the bucket 3 feet out in front and hit it. Reggie Ward picks up 2. 67-49 UNO. Taking the ball, almost a 20-point lead down the middle, and Poole gets a bucket. Poole gets his second basket. Their leading scorer in the ball club. He's held to 4 points so far. 67-51 in favor of UNO. Taking the ball on the right wing, driving down Mott, shot, 7-footer, no good. Rebound comes down, Beaudet. Beaudet hands it off to Thurston. Thurston drives over to Poole. Poole moves down on the right baseline. Fadeaway shot is up and in. Poole now as Coach Raymond must have said, son, if you want to go to Colorado, let's see some action. And he gets his 6th point in the game after being held to 2 for the first 30 minutes of the ball game. Taking the ball, Olsen back over on the right side to Mott. Mott over to Palomore on the left wing, driving Olsen. Shot the left baseline, no good. Tapped out front and a whistle, and a foul is called on Ward. Reggie can't believe it. No blood, he figured no foul.
Reggie never can believe it. Reggie's such an aggressive player. And he's playing under control compared to when he first started. But he is so aggressive on the offensive end. Several times this season, Leo, we've seen him take a shot, miss, but get his own rebound and put it down. And that's something a coach likes to see. Somebody who's aggressive but can have enough finesse to be able to get his own rebound and not start knocking people over. It's on the defensive side where Reggie gets a little rambunctious and starts drawing all the fouls.
Palomore comes out of the ball game. Bodette on the free throw line. Bodette's free throw is good. Bodette had just missed 2 free throws just a moment ago. Now he has hit 3 out of 6. Bodette's 2nd free throws on the way. Missed. Cleared off by Henderson, who just got back in the ball game with Neal. Neal dribbling over top the circle. Got away with palm of the ball. Takes it over the right wing. Moves on the free throw line. Jump pass down the lane. Layup by Dean. No good. A follow is no good by Ward. A layup in the left baseline by Olsen is good.
Now, that was a good shot by Reggie. He just didn't get the roll. But Danny was there for the backup. Again, the Mavericks get 3-4 shots of possession.
Down the middle, Poole dumps it off underneath. And a layup by Bodette. No good. And a jump ball was called. Bodette was trying to get it off his right hip, but he was tied up by Olsen, and a jump ball had been called a little bit slow because he got the shot off by him.
That's right. Well, the Mavericks, the pass came in rather hard. Had to go a short distance, came in too hard to be handled cleanly, and Danny Olsen was able to get his hands on it as well.
Kluge's bringing the ball in now for St. Cloud State. Kluge goes in the corner. Pass in deep in the corner to Harvey. Back out front now to Poole. Poole skips and hops and back over now to Harvey. Harvey on the left baseline. Shot off the left key is up good. Hit off the left key and a good shot by Kesty. Kesty picks up his 9th point in the ballgame. One of the boys transferred from Division I was automatically eligible the night that the Mavericks played him up at St. Cloud. So it's 69-56, Uno by 13. 7:35 to go in the game. Henderson to Olsen down the paint. Jump shot up and in. Let's see if it counts. Let's see if the bucket will count. We're waiting. No basket. Olsen is fouled. It'll be the 1-on-1. No basket.
Yeah, they called it out front well before he even hit the top of the key. But the big thing is, this is the first time we've seen that tonight. But it emphasizes the point that there are certain set plays for Danny Olsen because of his ability and strength and willingness to drive down the lane or off the baseline.
And the free throw is good. Now you'll get the bonus shot. 70-56, the Mavericks are out in front, driving towards another big win in the North Central Conference. Free throws up and in. Olsen hits both free throws, gives him a total of 10 points tonight. Pass across, Neal intercept, but lost it. Couldn't control it. Driving down in the lane, and a pass is over, knocked out of bounds by Olsen and Henderson as the shovel pass went over on the attempted pass in the middle of the paint in here by Springer, but it went out of bounds. Timeout is called by St. Cloud State, and it is 7:20 to go in the game. Uno 71 and 56 for St. Cloud State. Getting into the top 8 in the conference for the playoffs. Taking the ball out on the right wing on the far side. Over across the way is Harvey. Turn around. Back over the near side to Poole. Poole dances with that right foot. Doesn't go anywhere. He didn't fool Henderson. Back over to Harvey. Shots up. No good. Rebound, Olsen. Henderson. Henderson got control of it. Henderson comes down court. Henderson passes back over to Ward on the right wing to Neal. Neal fakes. Pass back out front to Henderson over now to Olsen. Olsen on the left wing. Bounce pass over to Neal. Almost lost it out to midcourt. He got it back. Alley-oop pass to Olsen. Lays it up and in. Great teamwork. Great passing in there, Torrey.
Yeah, they were able to get the Huskies scattered all over the place on defense.
As down down the lane. A fine move in there by Kluge, and he broke himself open and then dumped it off and threw it into a traffic jam. Lucky he got it back, as he had a chance for a layup going down a shovel shot.
Yeah, but he got himself turned around.
Ooh, there was one right in the face, but I believe their man went up in the net.
Missed on the alley-oop.
There's a layup attempted by Olsen, and he is fouled. And the foul in there on the trailer coming after him. Of course, one of the big guys, and that being Kesty, rather, I think it is. Whoop, no, it is on Harvey. Harvey gets his first foul. Olsen on the free throw line. And like we said, Olsen sneaks up on you. 12 points, and he is looking now for point number 14.
Danny Olsen, the lone senior on this ball club. And he's the only one who will be lost through graduation, but it's a big loss. It's a big hole to fill. Danny's done a lot of things for the UNO Maverick program in his career.
As he gets his 13th point in the ball game. 74-56. He's almost history, fans.
And Danny's high school coach is also here tonight, John Ed. John retired a couple years ago from Omaha Burke High School, but he still follows basketball. And Danny was part of the Class A state championship team with Derek Helms, who is now playing at Bellevue College.
Palomar comes in. Olsen goes to the bench with 14 points, and there's 6:10 to go in the game. Driving, jump shot from out front, high in the glass, no good. Rebound cleared by Dean, who just came in over to Palomar. Palomar now to Cartwright, bad pass. Tried to dump it off to Henderson, all the way down, driving down the lane. Harvey stuffs it. As going down, Springer corrects it. Springer stuffs it and gets his 5th point in the game, and it's 75-58. University of Nebraska and Omaha out in front. 5:40 to go. Palomar with the ball, drives down the left sideline, choked off in the left corner, bounce pass into Henderson. Henderson comes out of the corner and up the right sideline away from the bucket, way out to Neal on a pass. Neal at midcourt, down to Palomar on the right wing. Palomar back over to Henderson. Shot clock shows 19. On the near side, gets it back over. Bounce pass. Cartwright shot on the right baseline, no good. And going up, a whistle, and a foul is called on Dean. Dean gets his 4th foul, I believe.
Well, Troy's got to... This is where Troy has to learn how to play under control. There was no question that he was going to get a foul on that because he was 3 feet away from his opposite number. And they both went up for the ball, but it was on the inside of the hoop. And there's no way Dean's going to get to that ball without fouling his opponent, and that's exactly what happened.
Dean with 4 fouls. And on the line now is Harvey. Harvey's free throw is up. Got it. Harvey, who has been a starter all during the past year or two, but being a senior, back the last 3 years he started, but he's not starting in his ball club anymore. Free throw up, and he missed. Cleared in there underneath, but was saving it for going out of bounds, a Husky, but Henderson comes up with it for UNO. Back over it goes to Trent Neal. Neal off to Henderson. Henderson down the right sideline, gets it back over to Neal. Neal at the top of the circle, dribbling back, fading away from the basket. Out to midcourt, down to the left wing. Palomar, left baseline. Henderson lost the ball, and he is fouled by Poole. Poole picks up his 4th foul in the ball game. Poole has got to be a little bit disgusted with himself. 6 points, and really has set out of quite a bit of it because his passing has been good either.
Yeah, they've just taken him totally out of the ball game. He has not been a factor at all.
11 points for Henderson. 3 for 3 in the free throw line. He's shooting a 1-on-1. Terry Henderson, better known as Doc, and he got it. Got the roll, and it kind of rolled around and around and then dropped through the mesh. 76-59 UNO. Second free throw about ready to go up. There it is. Got it. So both free throws are good by Henderson. And coming down in there is
Kramer just hit that little short one from the left, the key.
Looking down at the book there, we missed that one. Kramer hit the bucket. So it is now 77-61 in favor of UNO. Taking Neal back over the left sideline to Henderson. Back out front to Dean. Man-to-man defense by St. Cloud. Shot in the right baseline. Up, no good. Attempted tip by Dean, no good. Palomore took the shot. Now almost lost the ball. In there was Thurston. Thurston dribbling around at the top of the circle, back over to Poole. Three-point attempt by Poole is good. Poole is capable of hitting from out there, and he hits the three-pointer, his first one of the night. Poole comes up with a total of 9 points now, but you'd never believe that he got them, as he only had 2 in the first half, back to the first 30 minutes. 77-64 UNO. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the game. Palomore back over to Neal. Neal drives, jump shot on the right wing, short. Partially deflected, I believe, by Thurston. Thurston passes all the way down court, driving. A layup from behind is good for 2. Driving in there was Kramer. Kramer gets his 12 points. With the ball is Neal. Neal in the back court. Neal slowly coming down court. 3:25 to go in the game. 11-point lead. At one time it was 19. Taking the ball, Palomore back out front to Henderson. Pass down the lane. Shot by Cartwright. Good. Cartwright gets his 20th point all the way down. Shot by Poole is good. Three-pointer. Poole comes right back deep on the right wing and hits one for 3.
I think you'd have to put that in the transition basket category. They're going to have to stay on him. They can't let him heat up from out there.
Up to Dean, back over to Palomore, a 10-point lead. Palomore drives, bounce pass to Cartwright, knocked out of bounds. In there on the far side, it's knocked out of bounds by Kesty. Ward coming in the ball game and going out of the ball game, we're waiting to see, will be Cartwright. 10-point lead. After leading by 19, it is 79-69, and it's scary time now.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left. Tons of time.
2:49 to go in the game. With the ball, a lot of the fans have already gone home. They got the radio on listening now. They may have missed something. Shot by Dean, blocked, and a foul is called. So he is fouled, and there Dean is, and by one of the big guys. This time it's Kesty. As Kesty gets his second foul in the ball game, Dean will be on the line. Dean, who has a total of 4 points, will be shooting 2.
Now, he, at this juncture of the game, these are big free throws.
So Dean hits the free throw. 80-69 UNO. 2:45 to go. A lot of time. Free throws up. Miss. Cleared by Ward. Throws it over, and it's off the hand of St. Cloud and out of bounds.
Oh, boy, the Mavericks got a break on that one. Reggie was right there to get the offensive board, and that's something you like to see on a missed free throw.
Taking the ball out, Neal bringing it in under the Ward, lays it up and on the baseline underneath the bucket. And St. Cloud is passing back to the baseline to Thurston. Kesty threw the ball and went out of bounds.
Well, I feel bad for Butch Raymond. I know he's had some great teams at Mankato and at St. Cloud, and he'll continue to have success, but after that play, that was definitely unforced turnover. He just put his hands up on his head, walked the other way.
Henderson kind of goes off, kind of hobbling, it looks like. I don't know whether he did or not. No, yeah, he is hobbling a little bit. There's a pass in the corner to Dean. Dean out front to Palomore to Mott. Mott tried, Neal drives baseline, lays it up. Good! Bucket pass and he's fouled.
Well, that was a big one, Leo. That was a big, big play because now that can kick the Mavericks lead up to 14 points if he can convert on the three-point play.
2 minutes, 34 seconds to go in this ball game. Neal on the line for one free throw. He's got 14 points. Free throw up. Got it. 15 points for Neal. And it is 83-69 UNO. 2:30 to go in the game. Thurston with the ball. A bounce pass. Intercepted by Mott. Great defensive, quick hands. Mott comes up with the ball, drives all the way down over to Palomore. Palomore shot to right key. No good. Tipped up by Ward and out of bounds. And it'll be brought in on the back baseline. Kesty says, no, I'm going down court.
Well, I still like the aggressiveness by Reggie Ward on the offensive board. Might have not got the ball, but he was able to get his hand on it and prevent a quick transition.
Thurston throws it right into a traffic jam. Ward comes up, gives it to Neal, all the way to Dean, back to Ward. wants to get another one up.
I think he does. I thought he was going to shoot from three-point range.
Neal goes out to midcourt on a dribble, drives down the right sideline. All right baseline underneath. Lays it up from behind. No good. And coming off now with the ball, Thurston. All the way to Poole, who dumped it off in a fine pass on the right wing to the left. And laid up by Ackerbeck. Ackerbeck lays it up. Just came in. And he picked up two. Minute 22 to go. 85-71 in favor of the University.
14 points.
Boy, we got to get this winning in tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night's real big, too.
Yeah. Mott gets the ball at midcourt. Mott, a bounce pass over to Neal. Neal back to Mott. Underneath to Dean. Lays it up and in. Dean lays it in for two. Good passing. Good teamwork. And Dean is fouled. And the foul being called underneath on their Ackerbeck. It'll be Dean on the free throw line.
Well, you know, they make it look so easy sometimes, don't they?
Right.
Well, those couple of back passes, Dean to Reggie.
Dean's free throw is good. So it is 88-71. This one's in the books, fans. Shot off the right key is good. Hit off the right key on the far side by Harvey. 88-73. Well, they gave that one to Kesty, but it was Harvey that hit the bucket driving down the lane. Palomore hit. Palomore right up the paint in the middle of the lane. Palomore picked up his 11th point at 9 to first half. 90-73 UNO. 45 seconds to go. Turning around is Kesty. Almost taken away from him. Pass underneath the layup blocked by Dean goaltending. And the bucket will go over to Poole, I believe it is, isn't it?
Yeah, they give it a Binky.
Binky gets two more. So driving down, Neal dumps it off to Dean, lays it up, no good, follow. Ward got it, lost it out of bounds, 30 seconds to go. Ward just so anxious to get that ball and get it back up there that he knocked the ball out of bounds. Coming out slowly now across the timeline on the left side with the ball. In there is Boogie taking Neal all the way down. Neal lays it up, no good, a foul, no good.
Oh, boy.
In there by Dean. And Black Canago is lost out of bounds. Lost out of bounds by Harvey for St. Cloud State.
I think what we're seeing there, those two missed layups were exhaustion misses. I think if this had happened at any other chunk of the game, they both would have gone in.
Neal takes the pass in. Neal dribbling down the sideline, spins. Still going, tries to the paint, lays it up and in. Neal was determined to get his 2 points. 92-75, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. It's all over. St. Cloud made no attempt. They shoot the ball, they just dribbled it back and forth and ran the clock out. 92-75, UNO. So, Jory, while I'm adding them up here, how do the standings look now?
Okay, well, we look at what's going on. Of course, we only got the one other final score.